Imagine you're one signature away from buying the most luxurious sedan of your life. The salesperson opens the door. Soft leather. Hand polished wood. Absolute silence. Every detail whispers one word. Success. For decades, there was only one obvious choice. Mercedes-Maybach. If money wasn't the problem, that was the destination. Heads of state. Billionaires. Royal families. Global CEOs. The Maybach wasn't just transportation. It was the finish line. Then something happened that almost nobody in the luxury world expected. A new flagship appeared. Not from Germany. Not from Britain. Not from Italy. From China. And suddenly, people started asking a question that would have sounded ridiculous just a few years ago. Could a Chinese luxury sedan actually compete with a Maybach? Not because it's cheaper, not because it's new, but because it might actually offer a different and in some ways more modern interpretation of luxury. That question alone has shaken one of the oldest assumptions in the automotive industry, because when buyers begin comparing, the legend is no longer untouchable. Today, we're putting these two flagships face to face. One represents more than a century of prestige. The other represents the future arriving much faster than anyone expected. Only one can leave with the crown. And the answer may surprise you. Every revolution begins the same way. An outsider appears. Nobody takes it seriously, until one day, everyone does. That is the story of the Maextro S800. Maextro S80. The first thing you notice isn't the technology. It isn't even the size. It's the confidence. The Maextro S80 was never designed to look like a bargain alternative to European luxury. Its proportions are commanding. Its design is elegant without trying too hard. Instead of copying the traditional German formula, it presents an identity built around modern sophistication. Step inside, and the philosophy becomes even clearer. This isn't a cabin designed around buttons. It's designed around interaction. Large digital displays flow naturally across the dashboard. Ambient lighting transforms the atmosphere. Artificial intelligence quietly manages countless systems in the background. Instead of demanding your attention, the car quietly adapts to you. That may sound like a small difference. In reality, it's a completely different philosophy of luxury. Traditional flagships were engineered to impress. The Maextro S800 is engineered to anticipate. It learns habits. It evolves through software updates. It integrates digital intelligence into nearly every major function. In many ways, it behaves less like a conventional automobile and more like an intelligent executive assistant. That is where its biggest strength lies. Technology. The vehicle was conceived during the software era, not adapted into it later. Every major system communicates with every other. Driver assistance. Navigation. Comfort settings. Power management. Digital interfaces. Everything feels connected by one intelligent architecture. Then comes another advantage. Silence. Electric propulsion changes the entire character of the driving experience. Without a traditional combustion engine dominating the cabin, conversations become easier. Long journeys become more relaxing. The atmosphere feels almost therapeutic. But no car is perfect, and the Maextro S80 has real challenges. Its biggest weakness isn't engineering. It's trust. Mercedes spent generations proving itself. The Maextro S80 hasn't had that luxury. Questions remain about long-term durability, global service networks, resale value. Brand perception outside China. Those concerns matter enormously in this segment, because flagship buyers aren't simply purchasing technology, they're purchasing confidence. That is something no amount of software can instantly create. And then there's another challenge. Emotion. Luxury has always been emotional. Owning a Maybach says something immediately. Owning a Maextro S80 still requires explanation in many markets. For some buyers, that won't matter. For others, it changes everything. So after spending time with the Maextro S80, one conclusion becomes impossible to ignore. It may be the most technologically ambitious luxury sedan China has ever produced. But technology alone has never decided the flagship segment. To defeat the king, you first have to survive the throne room. And waiting there is one of the greatest luxury cars ever built. Mercedes-Maybach. Some cars earn respect Others inherit it. The Mercedes-Maybach does neither. It commands it. Long before electric flagships and artificial intelligence became the industry's biggest talking points, the Mercedes-Maybach had already become the global symbol of automotive success. Presidents ride in it. CEOs rive in it. Royal families trust it. For decades, if someone asked what the ultimate luxury sedan looked like, the answer was almost automatic: Mercedes-Maybach. And the moment you step inside, it's easy to understand why. Every surface feels handcrafted. The leather is exquisite. The wood trim is finished with incredible precision. The seats don't simply provide comfort, they create an experience. Open the rear door, and it becomes obvious that this car wasn't built for transportation. It was built for prestige. Even today, few manufacturers can match the feeling of absolute refinement the Mercedes-Maybach delivers. Its ride quality is extraordinary. Road imperfections almost disappear. Cabin insulation creates an atmosphere of silence that feels closer to a private jet than a luxury sedan. Then comes the engineering. Mercedes-Benz has spent more than a century refining what luxury should feel like. That experience shows in every detail. The suspension, the steering, the braking, the build quality. Nothing feels experimental. Everything feels perfected. And perhaps that's the greatest strength of the Mercedes-Maybach: confidence. Buyers know exactly what they're getting. A worldwide dealer network, proven reliability standards, strong resale value, a reputation built over generations instead of marketing campaigns. But even kings have weaknesses. The biggest one is surprisingly simple: evolution. Many of the technologies inside the Mercedes-Maybach were designed during a time when software supported the vehicle. Cars like the Maextro S800 reverse that philosophy. Software becomes the vehicle. Artificial intelligence plays a larger role. Digital experiences evolve continuously through updates. For younger luxury buyers, those differences matter more every year. Another challenge is perception. For decades, heritage alone was enough to justify the premium. Today, buyers increasingly compare technology before tradition. They ask what the car can do tomorrow, not just what the badge represented yesterday. That creates pressure, even for a legend. So, which luxury sedan really wins? If your definition of luxury is history, prestige. Global recognition, unmatched craftsmanship, and complete peace of mind, the Mercedes-Maybach remains incredibly difficult to beat. It is still the benchmark every flagship sedan is measured against. But if your definition of luxury includes artificial intelligence, a software-first architecture, constant digital evolution, and a vision built for the next decade rather than the last, the Maextro S80 becomes impossible to ignore. And that's the real surprise. The winner isn't determined by horsepower, or leather quality, or even price. It's determined by one question: do you want the world's most established luxury sedan, or one of the world's most forward-thinking luxury sedans? Today, the crown still belongs to the Mercedes-Maybach. Its legacy, craftsmanship, and decades of trust keep it on the throne. But for the first time in a very long time, the throne no longer looks untouchable. Because the Maextro S80 isn't trying to copy the king. It's forcing the king to evolve. And in the luxury world, sometimes that's the first sign that a new era has already begun.